Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Happy Friday in my world, and happy whenever you'll see this in your world. Bienvenidos a mi canal. If you know me, thank you so much for coming back to see you, girl. Appreciate you. If you don't know me, my bad. My name's Latrice. Nice to meet you. And this right here is Faith by Latrice. Yes, where faith is the muscle we exercise around here. Now let's get on into it. No dilly-dallying. Escúchame. Voy a poner el link aquí abajo in the description, right? So I was watching, I didn't even get to finish watching it yet because that's how it be set up when I be watching Pastor Sarah Jakes Roberts. Okay. She just did a Bible study, I believe was today. I believe it was last night. No, night before last. It's called Catch and Keep. Okay. I'm going to put that link, but don't worry about it. Let me just I was at minute 11 and that woman was cutting up in the spirit, So let me just put out a little tiny piece of what she was saying. So she was talking about testimony. And now before we get into this, church Christianese language, testimony, I just looked it up. Testimony simply means the evidence or proof by existence, the evidence or proof of something by existence or appearance of a thing, right? So when you give your testimony, you're giving the proof or evidence simply by your existence, the proof that you can come through something, the proof or evidence that not all is lost. Let me get to the point. She said, I may not be able to say it the way Bishop Jakes, her father, says it, but I've got something to say, right? Unleash your words. Woo! That might be the title of this video. Unleash your words, okay? Unleash your tongue, actually. There's more power in your testimony than you think there is. There's more power in telling your story. That's what we're getting at. There's more power in telling your story than what you think it is. She said the enemy wants us to stay silent. He wants to silence our work, shut us up, right? For example, practicality. What does this look like in real life? Say if we watch a movie, some Lifetime movie or whatever, right? And there's some sort of family secret that has happened. There's some sort of trauma that has happened to a little girl, a little boy, whatever, in the family. And nobody wants to talk about it. We just sweep it under the rug. What happens in the family stays in the family. Anybody ever heard that? So things like this, the enemy wants you to stay silent. They don't want the enemy doesn't want anybody to talk about what happened. Why? Because if we start talking about it, that means we can do something about it. That means we can get free from the thing. You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Not the silence, the truth. How we get the truth? We got to speak the truth. Okay. Start the point. Your testimony is going to break the chain. The enemy wants to keep you silent. But guess what? But the liberation of, listen to me. But the liberation of the nations connected to you are at risk if you stay silent. We are not in this world alone. Okay? That's obvious. If you look around, there's people walking around everywhere. Okay? God has never intended for you, yes, you looking at me right now, for you to do life by yourself. He is in the space of community. For goodness sakes, there's the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. 3 of them that make up God. So therefore, if we are made in his image, and he is already in community, that means we're supposed to be in community. That means we're attached to people. Our lives are connected. Whether we like it or not, our lives are connected. If you stay silent, there are nations that will not be free because of it. Oh my God. And as I'm saying this might sound crazy. It might sound like, girl, what are you talking about? I live in such and such little old city and little old town. What you mean nations connected to me? I need you to think bigger, think broader. Didn't we have a video that said that? Think bigger, think broader, okay? Think future, think generationally. Think what the God who made the planet, think about what he wants to do in your life, okay? It's the last thing. She said, what was once a wound now is a weapon. Everything that the enemy meant for evil, God will turn it around and use for your good. Y'all remember we was talking about Joseph and his brothers? He had a dream that God gave him, right? The brothers didn't even want to face him. First of all, they didn't even recognize him, right? He looked different. They didn't. They stayed the same. He changed. One of the brothers didn't want to show up because they were scared that Joseph was going to do something to him. He said, go get him. Brought him over, right? Once they found out that was Joseph, their brother, who they threw in a pit and then sold as, a slave, basically, sold to a group of people. It was like, oh, we so sorry, please, don't hurt us. He was like, don't worry about it. I ain't even mad no more. Because what you meant for evil, God turned around and used it for my good. The very thing that the enemy tried to destroy you with, that wound that was caused to you as a child, as an adult, whatever, that wound is going to be turned around and used as your weapon. How? Your testimony. When you tell your story, you gain freedom from that thing. When you start talking about it, it no longer has power over you. Just like when you forgive somebody, you don't forgive somebody for them. You forgive them for you. You forgive them for you. Because if you don't forgive them, every time somebody mentions their name, you get an attitude. You be mad, your day ruined. Every time you think about what happened to you and don't talk about it, it has you in captivity. It has power over you. Tell your story. Tell your story how you have to tell your story. If you write it in a book, if you put it on a blog, if you make YouTube videos. Because I ain't supposed to be on YouTube. What I'm doing here? But yes, I am, because God says so. Okay. That's it. I hope you guys got something from this. Please. I'm hype. I didn't even know I was going to say all this. Anyway. Si nadie te ha dicho hoy. If nobody has told you today, I love you. Oh, I love you. What? And I love me. Because listen, life be lifing. But guess what? We are going to prosper regardless. Bye.